Alright, you guys, it is me again, the almighty Jenna. Um, so I'm gonna talk about a movie. Talk about a movie. Sorry, I realized I kind of mumbled there. I'm gonna talk about a movie that I watched last night after work. Just give you guys heads up though before I get into this movie because it's not one that came in either of my horror packs this month. Although I did watch The Tall Man the other night. Um, I gotta say, I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I was a little distracted when I watched it. So, but from what I kind of recall from it, kind of decent. But like I said, gotta rewatch it just to give it a fair chance. But anyway, so on to what I'm going to be talking about today. So some of you already know what I watched last night. A lot of you probably haven't. Only because I put it on Facebook. So for those of you who are not on my Facebook, you have no idea what I watched last night. But what I watched last night was the 2012 movie Cabin in the Woods. Um, so yeah, this has been out for a few years, 4 years. So I'm sure quite a few of you have seen this. I've actually owned this for a while. I think I've had it for like a year or so, like a year and a half, I think. Actually, no, maybe like 2 years, but I just finally got around to watching it, and I don't think I even, I don't think I even actually physically bought this. I think I got this. I got it from work. I know I got it from work, but I think how I ended up getting this copy of the movie is like when I was in guest service, like every so often. I don't think my store does this anymore. I think like district was like, you guys got to stop doing this. But they would like give us incentives to try and get our customers, our guests to sign up for red cards. They'd be like, oh, you know, for every red card you get, you can get like a Starbucks or $5 worth of stuff for every one you get or whatever. So I would always do like the little like $5 option. So like on a good day, like if I got like 4 or 5 people to sign up, I would just go and get like movies. So I think this was like a relatively cheaper one. I think like between like $5 and $10 at the time. So I ended up like getting this for my little reward incentive. And the reason why I actually finally watched it last night was because one of the guys that I actually used to work at Target with stopped in last night and we're actually talking about this movie. And he's like, oh, I kind of want to check it out. I'm like, you know what? I own it. I'll watch it tonight and let you know how it is. I honestly, I didn't like this movie. I'm not a fan of this movie. I didn't like it. And I know there are people who like it. Like I know my buddy Jay likes it. And I respect that he likes it. Different strokes for different folks. And I'm not gonna like just because I don't like it. I'm not gonna sit here like totally trashing it and trolling people who like it. Because I know I've said in a couple of other videos, like, that's what I love about the horror communities. Like, there's so many different movies, and so many different movies that, like, some people really love, other people might absolutely hate, and very, very few times do I come across a movie where I see and I'm just like, like I can't do it again. I can't do it again. I mean, there's like a good handful I'm kind of like that with, but like this is definitely one of them. And the thing is like the story is like pretty good. Like it interests me, the whole like group of kids going to the cabin or whatever, and they don't realize that they're being part of like this reality TV show. Like, it was built up to, I feel like, could have been like a pretty good movie. And honestly, I could see where people like this movie. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I see why people appreciate this movie, like it. Like I said, I don't get it. I really don't. But yeah, I just feel like they had a kind of like a basis of like what could have been I would say a better movie. I should say a better movie. I shouldn't say a good movie because, like I said, I know people out there like this movie. Um, and even like, because from the start I was kind of like, okay, it's already like a little, like some of the acting for me was a little like, but I was like, you know what? No, like, I mean, some of the movies that I love, like Sleepaway Camp, the Sleepaway Camp series. I mean, talk about like horrible and cheesy acting. Love those movies. But this one, I couldn't quite get behind. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. Who knows? It might be one of those kind of crappy movies, but one that I could probably easily enjoy. But yeah, I just and plus too, I feel like some of the like stuff that happens in here, like the jock who was dating the slut who got killed first. Like his character gets attacked. You think he's dead. You know, he gets like stabbed in the throat or something. And you're like, oh yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. And then he ends up coming back. Which part of me I was kind of like, okay, of course he would come back. Which fine. I'm fine with, you know, whatever. He's the jock, so it's expected that he might make it to the end or pretty close to the end. But then, like, 20 minutes later, with, like, the stoner dude who you're like, oh yeah, this guy totally just got killed. You know, he got dragged over the hill and he totally got killed by that zombie creature thing. And then he freaking comes back, and that's when I was like, wait, what, really? Really? So now we're keeping the stoner alive too? Like, the stoners are usually one of the first ones to go. Like, they're usually, like, right after the slut that gets killed. But the stoner dude survives, and then I feel like they were kind of like, oh wait, hang on, we had two guys live, let's kill one of them. So let's kill the jock. Although, I do have to say, the death of the jock, I found it hilarious, because, you know, he's on his little bike, you know, he jumps over the cliff or whatever to try and make it to, like, the other side or wherever, and I'm just like, dude, please fall, please die, just die, and then bam, he right into that like screen. That scene cracked me up. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it cracked me up for a good like minute. For a good minute. So I mean, there's little things like I have to admit I sort of enjoyed about this movie, but just overall I didn't like it. I don't know why I keep having to hold this up. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of fidgety today for some reason. But yeah, overall, I was not really happy with it. And even at the end, like towards the end, like the stoner and the one girl, the redheaded girl, are in that sort of like Willy Wonka elevator thing. And that was kind of cool where you saw all these different like things in each individual elevator. But then like they escape and then like everything starts being released and everything, and I'm like, where did all this extra shit come from? Like, I mean, even when they were in the elevator, I was like, what does this have to do with, like, the movie? Like, I don't get it. Like, I know it plays a part in the movie, but to me, I didn't like it. And like I said, I know there are people out there who like it, you know, so I'm not gonna bash you guys for liking it. You guys, like I told my buddy Jay, like, you know what, you saw something in it that I didn't. I just, you know, just wasn't up there with me. And plus, too, you guys know, I mean, especially those of you who, like, really know me, who know me for a long time, I watch, like, a ton of horror movies, so I'm not one of those, like, you know, I'm not like my siblings who watch, like, 3 or 4 horror movies a year. Like, I watch that in, like, a week and a half time. So, I mean, I watch a lot of stuff. I see a lot of, like, crappy movies and stuff, crappy remakes and stuff. This, unfortunately, just kind of sucked for me. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, I could, you know, revisit this movie again in a few months and be like, you know, really wasn't too bad. I mean, because that's happened to me with a couple of movies, actually. Like, honestly, to be truthful, like Sleepaway Camp 3 and, or I'm sorry, Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, I did that with, where I watched those, I think on like Netflix or something at the time, and I was like, those movies sucked. But then rewatched them a couple months later, and I was like, they're actually pretty good. I kind of like them. I like their humor. So I mean, who knows? Watched it last night, hated it, could revisit it in a couple months and be like, not that bad. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I get why people kind of like it. I'm not gonna, sit here trolling you guys, being like, you guys are idiots, you don't know, it's stupid. No, I'm not gonna do that. I've said it before in other videos. I'm not gonna do that because everyone likes their own little movies. Everyone has their own, like, likes and dislikes in horror movies. Plus, too, I mean, I know personally, I know we all have like those movies that we have to always defend and stuff, and just in general with horror, defending our beloved genre and everything. So I'm not gonna troll anyone who might actually like this or anything. Like I said, if you guys like it, awesome. You guys saw something in it I didn't see and I didn't personally like, but you know, to each their own, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of just comment on it, let you guys know what I thought of it. Actually, someone's opinion that I would, like a little video, I don't know if they've done a video on this yet. There's a few people, but someone I would love to actually, like, kind of know their opinion on is a couple of ladies that I actually kind of stumbled on their videos a few weeks ago. And I know I love these ladies because they're about the same age as me. I think I'm like a year older than them, but I know it seems like a couple of videos that I've seen of them talking about stuff that they grew up with. Because we literally grew up at the same time, these ladies and I definitely have like a lot of like the same interests and stuff of like shows and stuff we used to watch and movies. Is Creepenstein, Sarah Stein and Christina Creep. Sorry, I was having a brain fart. I would actually kind of like to know what they think of this movie. So if you guys ever check these videos out, I don't know if you guys watch me like I watch you, but I kind of would like to know what they think of this movie if they've ever seen it. And once again, I mean, who knows? I could totally see them maybe liking this movie, but once again, I would just kind of like to see what their thoughts are on this. And I'm sorry, my bangs are like in my face right now. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of people that I wouldn't mind kind of hearing their thoughts about this. So, alright, so yeah, so that's my spiel. So yeah, I might be doing like, just give you guys a heads up, I might be doing quite a few videos this weekend, because I'm literally like off from now through Monday, so like I don't have to be back to work till like Tuesday, so you guys might be seeing a lot of this ugly mug. So, but yeah, till then, you guys, I will see you later, and you guys be careful this weekend, if you guys have plans, alright? Because I want to watch more videos of everyone out there. So, alright, take care, you guys.